Are you afraid to fall? That's the question. Lots of people, not uncommon, have a lot of anxiety and fear of falling. And that fear can sometimes spill over into a debilitating disorder. And so what I did was I went through some research on that anxiety. And a lot of people will withdraw thinking that that's the right thing to do. Maybe they experience a fall, and their solution, once they heal up and get better, is that I'll do less activities, right? I'm going to reduce my risk of falling. Now, on the surface, that logic makes sense. But if you take a deeper dive, you start to realize less activity means less muscle stimulation, which means less strength. All right. Now, people over the age of 85 are the fastest growing demographic group in the United States. 10,000 people turn 65 every day. By 2050, 2 billion adults older than 65 will be living on this planet. Among the many concerns of older adults is an excessive fear of falling, which is a serious condition. It leads to inactivity, disability, and it even leads, believe it or not, to more falls, right? Older adults fear falling more than robbery, financial stress, or health problems. Think about that. Older adults fear of falling more than they are of getting robbed. About 10% report excessive fear. And at least 3% of the community dwelling older adults, these guys in communities, CCRCs, the continuing care retirement communities or nursing homes, these 3% of those guys, those adults, avoid leaving their homes or yards. So they just don't even leave their home. How sad is that? This fear is a better predictor of decreased physical activity than age, right? So what that's saying is that depending on the level of fear, that's going to tell you that's going to be a greater predictor than their age when it comes to falling, right? Medications can be an issue. Gender, a history of falls can also lead to a great fear of falling. Fear of falling and less activity led to disability, included decreased capacity to perform daily living activities. We call those DLAs in my industry. Very important. Someone who is wishing to stay independent is able to perform their daily living activities. Things like bathing, shopping, grocery shopping, being able to clean up things out of the house. Got to be able to do that to stay at home. Fearful individuals, they often walk slower. They widen their stance. They'll make other adjustments that affect their balance. And they may even experience a measure of physical decline as well, right? Because the less we move, atrophy sets in, right? And what is muscle atrophy? That's the deterioration of the loss. That's a better word, the loss of muscle. Although appropriate caution is healthy, avoiding too many activities puts you at risk because we're not moving, right? And you guys have heard me say 100 times, you got to keep moving, walk. The CDC has helpful information about reducing the risk of falls, including ways to make the home safer. You can also find checklists at mybalanceuniversity.com, how to fall-proof your home, and we can print you a sheet out there. Guys, if you're worried, some things that lead to some inactivity, if you're afraid of falling, maybe you're taking your medications that make you unstable. If you haven't had your eyes and ears checked, at least do that once a year. All right. Ask a doctor maybe to refer you to a physical therapist, or I've got something even better for you. Hey, you're doing it right here every Friday. Balance University, right? This is a great place to start. Awesome. So, last little bit here of information. This is coming from the Anxiety and Depression Association of America. All right. Now, this is from the Harvard Medical School. Real quick, fear can be a helpful signal. It can bring your attention to problems such as a balance disorder, reduced vision, or muscle weakness that keep you from moving confidently. But fear can also undermine you. It's estimated that 1/3 to 1/2 of older adults are concerned enough about potential falls that they have begun to restrict or avoid activities that would be beneficial for their health. Think about your heart too, right? Right? We walk on a treadmill, and what do we call that? Cardiovascular exercise. So inactivity affects you, the cons far outweigh the pros, okay? Once people recover 90% of their normal strength, they begin to regain their confidence. So let's say you have a devastating fall or a fall, right? Once you recover about 90% of your normal strength, most folks begin to regain their confidence. If that's not you, come see me. If you know someone, tell them to come see me. Send them my way, all right? So if you've been, here's another thing too, guys. If you've been prescribed a cane or a walker, use it. All right, use it. Don't be afraid of what people think about you, what people may say, or another often issue I get with seniors who do not want to use their walker or their cane is that they don't want the doctor to place them in a different category or people to look at them at a different way, right? For men, you may feel like you're losing your manhood, that manliness is slipping away. But let me tell you something. If you have a fall, it's going to be 10 times worse, all right? Cane and walker, we can recover from, right? We can do things, we can move you away from that. But you have to be the charge. You have to be the one to motivate yourself. It has to come from within. Just like everyone here, you took initiative and you got yourselves up on a beautiful Friday morning and got yourself into Balance University. And so with that, let's move into our assessments. All right.